everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Rodgers Packers going up against Braves Saints. With that, let's get over to the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thank you. We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints. They come up with one back. That's Ingram. Now a play fake under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jake Ryan not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. And a very good offensive unit here. One of the reasons they're so good is running back Mark Ingram.
Took a little while for him to find his footing when he got into the league, but the former Heisman Trophy winner has it now and has really upped his pass receiving potential. A nice player.
Now a man who sat out 3 seasons. This is Tim Hightower. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on fourth down.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They go play action here on first down. And Jeff Janis has it complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
A gain of 3, second down. And a wide receiver to watch in this offense, certainly Jordy Nelson.
And most defenses watch him run past them. Jordy Nelson can run every route in the route tree and take it to the house.
Second down following the run. Rodgers to throw on second down. He completes it to Jordy Nelson. And he's brought down.
And the 2016 NFL Comeback Player of the Year was Jordy Nelson. He had a fantastic year after the knee injury in 2015. Well over 1,000 yards again. And once again, he was the #1 target for Aaron Rodgers.
NFL high 14 receiving touchdowns. What dimension does he add that makes them so good on offense?
Dependability as well as speed, right? Jordy Nelson's the type of guy who can run any route you want, yet he can also take the top off of a defense, as we like to say, by running past people. It's a heck of a combination to deal with. Plus, Aaron Rodgers knows when he gets in trouble, he just looks for Jordy Nelson, and 9.9 times out of 10, he'll find a way to get open.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll let the fullback try and take him home. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, good luck there as a ball carrier. You get handed that football, look up, oh, there's a big D tackle ready to swallow you whole for a loss.
Yeah, you kind of count on your guys to give you at least a little bit of time, a little bit of space to try and maneuver, but not on that one. And when you have a defensive tackle who is that strong, that agile, he's a lot to deal with. Sometimes you have to double him, and sometimes you're not able to block him no matter who's trying.
They'll run it with Lacey. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. And here now, New Orleans defensive unit.
Kenny Vaccaro is an excellent player. Can cover in the slot, but his best attributes, tackling people and rushing the quarterback.
The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance that they have any decision to make on 4th down. But things happen so quickly in the end zone in this compressed area of the field that you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown.
So, of course, they wanted to find the end zone, but when you go on the road and your first drive results in points, I think you're pretty happy.
You have to be, because you've taken it to the home team in this case. And while you may not have shut up the home crowd, you've quieted them down a little bit. Good way to start.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. For Ingram, he topped the 1,000-yard mark this year for the first time in his 6-year career.
Didn't he just come out of Alabama last year?
That's what it feels like, right?
I mean,
hard
it's
to believe
amazing.
6 seasons he's had.
Won a Heisman Trophy there, finally over 1,000 yards as a pro, and he increased his number of long runs, becoming a much better ball carrier into the secondary.
Breeze now on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
On second down, here's Breeze. He's got time in the pocket. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's third down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
1 receiver left, 2 to the right. On third and long, it's Breeze. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be fourth down. Here's Thomas Morstead now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And Nelson's got it here right side. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They come out here in the eye. On second down, Lacey. Lacey hit. He lost the football. It's out. Well, they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he's going to get this one down inside the... Offense in a good spot here, 2nd and 2. Ingram again. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you've got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on 3rd.
To play coverage or bring pressure.
This is caught. It's Cooks. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
A fresh set, and he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mark Ingram taking it in. And the Saints have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions. but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
They run it again with Lacey. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this is picked up by the Saints. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a safe touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Rodgers now on 1st. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. The linebacker, Stephon Anthony with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense.
Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Their dangerous wide receiver. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And it's 21-3. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They begin the drive with Lacey. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
One back is Lacey. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
He's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways.
Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, and they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right, to be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And you talk about great blocking up front. I don't think he was even touched, not a finger on him, until he was brought down to the ground.
I think we heard the whoosh as he went by, didn't we? Right through the gap. No one there, as you outlined. No one touched him at all. A free sprint into the secondary.
Yeah, that's what you call breaking free right there. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Willie Snead, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They start the drive on the ground with Lacey. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Well, it was second long, now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Second down, sacked by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on third? We'll see.
319. Switch. Over. Get 300. Watch out.
On third and long, it's Rodgers. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, and that brings up fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Jake Shum to punt it away. Taken from just outside the 30. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Packers get set to go. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
It gets it over the middle to Cobb. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one. It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10.
319.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Ty Montgomery, 46 yards. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
On the return, here's Marcus Murphy. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
When you think of Mike Daniels, you think of strength. Hard to knock off the football, but surprising quickness and ability to move and evade people. How about that play there?
Well, he can squat 600 pounds, so that's how he caught people's attention coming into the league, and he caught our attention right there. Again, they'll run with Ingram. Now, he won't go down. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a third down and about 9 to go. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And this is going to be incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And it's fourth down.
The days of knowing your assignment, dropping to it, and calling it a day, that's over with. Because now, when you drop into a zone, especially as a defensive back, you're seeing the play in front of you. So if a man wanders into your area, guess what? Now it goes from zone to man coverage in many cases. And on this particular play, able to see the play in front of him, react to it, and knock the...
And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, Packers. Their dangerous wide receiver, 81 yards. And the Packers get a score closer.
Hey, rookie, That's the way to make an impression. Return one for a touchdown.
Yeah, welcome to the party. We saw him fielding those punts before the game, and he just had a little bit of a look in his eye, didn't he?
He did. He was a confident young man, and now we know why.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a two tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the two tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see two tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think of run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
Well, you mind if we go off topic for a second?
No, let's go.
I like to do that randomly. AFC playoff contenders for this year that didn't make it last season. Who do you have that might get in?
Well, I think Cincinnati's got to be considered there. Maybe they'd have an offseason that's calm, and they go into this season and try and get back to the playoffs where they've been perennials. How about Denver?
Yeah.
Remember last year they didn't have the quarterback to start. Trevor Siemian played pretty well overall, but maybe they can get solidified there and ride that strong defense right back into the playoffs. I'm going to give you a couple a little bit off the pace. Indianapolis cannot afford to squander Andrew Luck, one of the better young quarterbacks in the game. They've got to get back to the playoffs. And Buffalo, brand new head coach, brand new people running the ball club. Let's see if they can figure it out, because I think defensively they can be awfully strong.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
They come up with one back. That's Ingram. Back to the air on second down. It's Breeze. Left side and caught by Flainer. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this
touchdown, New Orleans. Brandon Cooks, 31 yards. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it in the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it up, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Let's see, the defense might bring some added pressure as the offense is dealing with a 3rd and long. From the gun on third down, Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They come up with one back. That's Ingram. Now Breeze. And that's incomplete. Thomas, the intended target, and it's third and short. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Breeze looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. This from 44 yards away. And his kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And he slings one that's incomplete. So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. It's caught. Nelson. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45.
And fit's the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
2nd down now after the pass completion. Three receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Rodgers again now. He's going to float this one deep right side. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Caught by Nelson left side. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns. They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing. Puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
It's complete. Flainer, right side. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back. Yeah. He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Their big-bodied receiver, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints add on to their lead. And it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better. When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
To the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. He's got time. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he's brought down after a good gain. That goes for a gain of 31. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
2nd down now after the incompletion. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll try and run for it. Here's Lacey. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And it is incomplete. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. 2nd down to the offense, needing 5 yards. They come up in an offset eye. On 2nd down, Ingram. And an alley to run. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Breeze hands to Ingram. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
So the drive starts. Are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. Once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares?
And now here's another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. Now Ingram, he's been busy today. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
And this one is right down Broadway. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit, taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget.
And my goodness, another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win.